Good morning, RGV. Good morning, business owners and entrepreneurs. Again, thank you for watching and staying tuned on our Wednesday webinar. This is different from what we usually have. We are going to talk about the referral system. By the way, I am your host, Christopher. I'm an IRS acceptance agent, tax professional, and a business owner. Here in WYCOTAX, we always bring you resource speaker that will help you grow and run your business. Before anything else, I would like just to promote by tomorrow, if you are interested to learn the business disruptive insurance, feel free to join us on our Thursday live chat tomorrow. And on next Wednesday, we will be doing the round robin presentation of the CARES Act. What are the different emergency business funds that are available? I will be your speaker for that on next Wednesday, 10 in the morning. And it will be presented in Spanish at 11. So better sign up today. For our guests, thank you for joining. We have a guest for our presentation today. All your questions, feel free to type on the chat box, and any questions we would answer. I think during the presentation, we can ask some questions, or even after the presentation. For the meantime, we do request to put your Zoom on mute so we would have a smooth presentation. Without further ado, we would like to acknowledge that this is the company WYCOTAX is an all-year-round, all-in-one tax payroll bookkeeping service solution. If you're having a hard time to do your payroll, tax, bookkeeping, and also for your COVID-19 relief, feel free to contact us today. Okay, let me introduce the speaker. I would like to acknowledge and thank him that he finds time to share this wonderful information on how to grow your business through referral. He graduated from University of Hartford and now an award-winning executive coach and leadership development expert and also a CEO. But his background before, after 3 decades of leading the companies where he used to work to greater levels of success, generated over $6 billion in new revenue. Let us all welcome our guest presenter for our Wednesday webinar, no other than from all the way from Austin, Mr. Scott Finkelstein. Take it away.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you. That's a great introduction. I appreciate that. And I'm happy to be here, and I appreciate all you do and to be a part of your community here. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're ready to learn. We're going to do some exciting things today to help grow your business. And that's what it's about. How do we grow businesses, right? We want to increase our sales, increase our profits, and be able to hire more people to support our local community. So as Chris talked about, we're going to talk about referrals. Now, Chris saw this workshop a while ago and asked me to present for you guys as well. And it was 21 ways to build your referral-based business. That was a 2-hour workshop. We're doing about a half hour today. So we're gonna go through the top 10, probably go a little bit fast and get through that. I want to give you little things to write down here. If you want to get all 21, here's a little sales tip for you. Write this down. I'm not just gonna email it all out to you guys. If you want it, you gotta shoot me an email at Scott. That's SCOTTF as in Frank at actioncoach.com. You'll see that on some of the slides. That's Scott F as in Frank at actioncoach.com. The sales tip is this. When you're doing things like this, when you're interacting with prospects and stuff, don't just say you're going to send it to them. You want them to engage. You want them to ask so that they show interest, because they'll be more open to actually reading what you send them. So again, if you want all 21 ways to build your referral business, shoot us an email at scottf@actioncoach.com. So let's keep going here. First, I want to congratulate everyone who's listening to us today. I want to congratulate you for investing in you. Right? As business owners and sales professionals and professionals, our time is busy and it's our most valuable asset we have. So we got to be really careful with how we use it, but we need to invest on ourselves, because if you're not growing, you're dying, especially in your business. So I appreciate everyone here. We want to make sure business does not mean busyness. So we're going to be working on our business, on our careers today as we spend these next 30 minutes going through how we build a referral-based business. And we're going to reward your time with amazing information on how to do that. So let's keep going. So I'm a person who loves dessert. Who here loves dessert? I hope everyone loves dessert as much as I do. So I want to share the dessert because this is the offer we're going to give you at the end, and I want you to be thinking about this. We are going to give you complimentary coaching sessions for listening on Facebook, for being here, and I want you to know that. So get with us afterwards. You can pick one, a 30-minute complimentary coaching session or a 90-minute business strategy session. Both will be about how we implement your referral-based business, your referral-based engine, as I like to call it. And in the 90-minute business strategy session, it's about how do we really dive in and create a 3-year plan for your business. So remember that. And you can go, I'm going to type into the chat right now. You'll have access to my calendar for both links. It's in the chat there. Also, you can go to our website, webelieveingrowth.com, and you can go to the coach's calendar and book one of them. So I want you to be thinking about, what do you want for help? I want 100% participation here today. I want to help you guys. That's why I do what I do, is to help you grow your business, help you grow as a professional. So dessert, I love dessert. Let's move on though. We got to eat the meal first, right? So what's the problem we're solving today? And you see the business life cycle, and bottom line is approximately 80% of businesses fail in the first 5 years and 90% in the first 10. I know, Chris, you work with business owners too, and I'm sure you see that out there as well. We want to make sure you don't fail. And one of the easiest ways is to grow your business. And obviously have a business that can be structured for growth. That's a different conversation, but we want to make sure your business grows, and that's why we're talking about referrals today. You can double your business just through referrals, and it's that simple. And those are things we coach on when we work with you, because we want to make sure you're not part of the 75% of businesses that fail to sell. How many of you even thought about an exit strategy? We can talk about that in your coaching session too. All right, so to get started, I got a vital question though. Can I be your coach today? Is it okay that for the next 20 odd minutes, I'm your coach? Is that good? Yeah. Awesome. A little bit about ActionCOACH, so you know who's your coach here today. We're the world's #1 business coaching firm. We're in actually over 84 now.
Scott, by the way, is it okay if they would unmute, and can they ask questions during the presentation?
Yes, absolutely, Chris. Thank you. I forgot to say that earlier. Please, I want this to be interactive, so unmute at any time, ask a question. Also in the chat box, write stuff in there. I got that up. I'm going to ask you to interact and write some things in the chat as we go. So ActionCOACH, like I said, been around for over 30 years. That's Brad Sugar, our founder there. Our vision is world abundance through business re-education. And the re-education is thinking about, we were never taught to be business owners. And the re-education is teaching us to not be employees anymore. We're over 15,000 businesses we coach every year. A little bit about me. These are my 2 boys when they were young, and as you can see, now they're really big. The youngest one's all in black there. He's 6'5". They're the reason I do what I do. As Chris mentioned, 3 decades of building businesses of all size. I've built sales systems along the way, and systems are very important. Today we're talking about the referral system. Understanding all that and understanding the balance of work and life. We don't want to put more work in our life. We want to put more life in our life. And as I said, generate over $6 billion in lifetime revenue for companies. And this next billion, I want you guys to get a piece of that. Who wants a piece of that? Everyone want a piece of that next billion?
Of course.
Let's go do it. So are we ready to learn? Are we ready to take notes? I want to make sure you're participating. Turn your phones off. Like Chris said, unmute if you've got questions. Absolutely. Let's be here fully in the moment. And think about this. I promise you, I'm going to share something that you know, that you've heard before. But we all sit there, as kids, as teenagers, and how often they say, I know. And when they say, I know, what are they doing? They're putting up a block they can't hear. So as you listen to us today, I want you to get I know out of our head. We're not going to say that. I want you to think about this. If you hear an idea that you've heard before, let's go with, isn't that interesting? That pulls the blocks down and allows us to be open to maybe thinking differently about that idea. All right? Now, along the way, we're going to have some fun. So you guys ready to learn?
Yes, absolutely.
you're going to learn, you need to ask yourself 3 questions. How will I use this? So think about that as you're taking notes. How will you use what you learned today? Why must I use this? And when will I use this? Every time you're reading a book, you're listening to a podcast, a workshop like this, you need to ask yourself these 3 questions before, so you're ready to not just learn, but to take it all in and utilize it. So you can email me later if you don't remember that, but take a quick screenshot of that. How will I use this? Why must I use this? And when will I use this? That's the key to learning. By the way, share that with your kids who are still in school every time they go to class. So we're building a referral-based business here. Why are we doing it? Well, it's easy. It really is easy and simple to build a referral-based business. You start at a higher level of trust. Think about, if you need a plumber, who do? You ask your neighbor, you ask your best friend, they refer someone. You do less Google searching, less looking up the reviews, and just, hey, Chris referred John the plumber to me. If Chris says he's good, and you're going to use him, right? It's more trust. It shortens the sales cycle, gets them right into that buying mode. The average sale is higher. And that's something we can't touch too much on today, but in coaching, we talk about that. In your business strategy session you're going to sign up for, we're going to dive deeper into how we increase your sales, your average sale that they buy from you through the proper referral system. And they're more likely to follow recommendations, as we've talked about, right? There's a greater chance, by the way, when someone refers to you, guess what you get to do? Ask for a referral back. Ask them for that person for a referral, right? These are things we get to do, right? And it's better high quality, high value clients. I want to throw in a little stat from my career. And let me ask you this, type in the chat, those are on the chat. Who here actually has a defined referral system and process that you and your team use every day? Anyone?
Friends.
Right? Think about this. I worked for a large investment bank many years ago in financial services, and they asked all their clients, global banks, so hundreds of thousands of clients, how many they did a survey, how many of you would give a referral? Now, Chris, you heard that in the last time, so don't give the answer out. If you want to type in an answer, anyone, go for it. Type in an answer to the chat or unmute and shout it out. What percentage of clients were willing to give a referral? Right? Interesting. 85%. So think about your business. Colette, 90%. You were pretty close there. Thank you. 85%. So if 85% are willing to give a referral, the second question was the one that blew my socks off, as they said. How many they said, how many of your advisors are asking for a referral? Do you know how low the number was? If anyone wants to type it in or shout it out, go for it. 12%. Well, you're spot on with your numbers. Good for you. Awesome. 12%. That means, when my math is right, 73% of the clients were not asked for referrals. If you have, we talk about you can double your customers from your current customers. That's how it is, and that's why we're going to talk about 10 of the steps to do it. You can double your business. And by the way, once you double your business from referrals and you ask all those new clients for referrals, guess what you get to do again? Double it. You need to be asking. Write this down. It's the one thing, you don't listen to the other 10 steps. Write this down. I will ask every client for a referral in the next week. And I ask you to write one more thing down. I will ask every prospect I talk to for a referral in the next week. Imagine how you will grow your business if you just did that. Well, let's get into. So what's the difference between a lead and a referral? A lead is like, we have to fill our sales funnel, right? We talk about sales funnel. Referrals, a referral system is about filling the sales funnel. Referral system is marketing. It's not sales, actually. There's a difference. marketing and everything you do that fills your sales funnel so you can run them through your sales funnel. That's something we coach you on, is how to have the proper sales funnel and the proper stages. Those are the leads that come in. That means you're on social media, maybe you send out an email, you send out a flyer. A referral, though, is someone who says, hey, Chris, you should call John. He's the best plumber out there. Again, moves them further down the funnel, almost to closing. So think about the difference between that. So let's get into step one of a referral-based business. And you first need to know this, and this is why we always start here. Who is your ideal customer? Who do you want referred to you, right? When you decide who you want to do business with, they'll start to show up. So think about this. You know, the buzzword out there in the marketing world is avatar. Who is your avatar, right? I know one of my marketing person is listening on Facebook Live, and so she's probably smiling right now because she wants me to use that word. That's the buzzword, avatar. So think about who your avatar is. Who is your ideal customer? What do they look like? All right? I want you to take 30 seconds, think about it, write it in the chat, write it down in your paper. A few people on the phone here, unmute and yell out one characteristic of your ideal customer. Take 30 seconds to think about that. I like that. Has responsibilities. Yep. Has a job. I like that. Yes. Well, for some businesses, it depends, though. But that's a good one for yours. I love it, right? For me, is coachable. Obviously, I'm a coach. I want them to be coachable. And then I'm going to start getting a little more specific, right? For me, a business owner who wants to grow their business to the next level. And then from there, I can get into industry specific. Now, we're agnostic. We work with all industries, the size of the company, and all that stuff. So think about the details. The more details you have, the more targeted we know where they live. Think about it. If you cast your fishing line into the ocean, you might catch a fish, but what kind of fish? But if you have a barrel of salmon, a barrel of mahi, a barrel of tuna, and you know which one is you want, you don't even have to put your line into the ocean. You just grab your net and you pick it out. That's what marketing is about, understanding your ideal customer. Make the list of the qualities you want your new customers to have. Like pay bills on time, as one of them, have a job. Pleasant to deal with. How about that one? Right? What else? I want you to write that down. And at the end of this, I want you to take 10 minutes, hopefully you have it, or find 10 minutes saying, write down 3 characteristics and email it to me before the day's over. Email your 3 top characteristics of your ideal client so we can work on that. Right? These are things we need to do. Next, go through your current customer list with your ideal customer criteria in mind. Think about that. Are your customers your ideal customers? Right? You need to train every customer how to be, by the way, an A-class customer, so let them know the rules. And in your DIAT, when we do the business strategy session, we'll dive deeper into that. Obviously, we can't hear it right now, but we'll dive deeper into that, right? So think about your ideal customers. Who's your A, awesome? Who's your B, basic? We love A and B clients and customers, absolutely. The C, who we can't deal with. How do we turn them into a B client? That we want them above that red line. We want them to be a lifelong customer. It goes into, when we coach, we teach you and guide you on how to train your clients. You got to train them. And then D, dead. We don't want them. Get rid of them. Used to do a workshop many years ago on how to fire your clients. Wrap your head around that one and think about it. Because it's called the law of the vacuum. Once we open up more space, the universe will bring in what we want more of, as long as we know what that is. So if we want referrals, we need to know who we want, right?
yeah, Scott, like when you say dead, this is not literally dead, right?
No.
Okay.
as,
The,
as, as they say in The Godfather, you're dead to me.
exactly. I just want to share you are running a business for 5 years. Like what you mentioned, it should not just be a client, it should be paying clients. And that is why we do like more on business owners who are capable on paying rather than people on taxes that owe child support. That because a person that owes child support, guess what? He knows other people that also owe child support, right? So that's why being much more, it's birds with the same feather can flock together. That's why if you focus on professionals, business owners, they can bring you more professionals and business owners on your business.
I agree. Well, thank you for sharing that, Chris. Absolutely, right? The people we want are hanging out together. That's the 80, and that's the 80-20 rule. 80% of our business comes from 20% of our clients. So how do we improve, get more of that 20%? Think about that. All right, number 3, we're moving along here, and I know we're going fast, so stop me, as Chris mentioned earlier. Unmute if you got some questions. We're going as fast as we can get as much of this information into you so you can learn, you can interact. Again, think about how will I use this? Why must I use this? And when will I use this? All right, so number 3, be sure to keep in touch with your customers at least every 3 months. And that's for 99% of the businesses out there. Now, I know a realtor might say to me, and they have once before, say, well, when someone buys a house from me, you should still stay in touch with them every 3 months because they can become what? A referral partner, right? To keep building the relationship, you need to communicate regularly with your current and past customers. Think about that, not just your current, but also your past customers. They bought from you once, they might buy from you again if you communicate the right way. And now, we've talked a lot during COVID with how do we keep our business, how do we survive and thrive. Communication was always step 1. But communication is almost always step 1 in your business, no matter what's going on, in the good times and bad. You got to communicate with your clients, your prospects, right? You got to get proactive, not reactive. As business owners, and I know as a business owner myself, an entrepreneur, there's times in my business, and this is why I have a coach that I pay every month. He tells me sometimes, Scott, you're being reactive. Let's get back to proactive, to building your business, to how you're guiding your clients. So how are you being proactive in your business, right? If they don't remember you, how can they give you a referral, right? They need to remember you. You need to be front of mind. You can see behind me, I've got what we call the ladder of loyalty. And we do a whole workshop on that. We coach our clients on that. We can talk about that. But they have to know who you are. How do we keep them as a customer? A customer is someone who buys from you once. A member is someone who buys from you at least twice in a 12-month period. If a customer has not bought from you at least once in the last 90 days, and again, this was for about 98% of the businesses out there, then they become a shopper again. They're no longer a customer. So we need to keep them engaged and get them up to raving fans. So number 4, as we move along here, teach your customers why it's good for them to give you a referral. If you just say, hey, Chris, I'd love a referral, what's he going to do? Chris is going to go, oh, all right, Scott, let me think about something. He's going to walk away and it's out of his mind. What's the benefit to him, right? We need to educate our customers about referrals, referring people to us, and we need to, by the way, make it simple and ultimately very profitable for us and beneficial to them, right? Teaching is about communicating and educating. When it comes to step 4 here about not just asking for a referral, but making it, giving them a reason, it comes to what we talk at Action Coach. We talk about this all the time when we're coaching with you. It's with them. What's in it for me? It's not just our teenagers who are selfish. All humans tend to have a selfish piece in us. That's human nature. Now, as we mature, we knock that down a little bit, but still, just saying, Chris, I need a referral so I can grow my business, that's what's in it for me. But what's in it for Chris? What's in it for Colette and and Christopher, who's also, you know, and all the other people, Jennifer, what's in it for your client? Think about that. By the way, when you're arguing with your kids or you're talking with your spouse, what's in it for them when you want them to do something? So you got to connect that dot, because in the end, all sales decisions are based on a combination of logic and emotion, right? What percentage, though, do people buy on logic? Anyone want to, let's shout it out or type it into the chat box. What do you think is the breakdown between logic and emotion in the sales decision that we all make?
Less than 20% less.
Right? 80% on emotion. We all buy on emotion. I heard a great podcast the other day, and he talked about this marketing expert talked about the airplane industry. They don't market this uncomfortable seat and you get a bag of peanuts. Who's going to spend $1,000, $500, $1,000 on an airplane ride for that? No. They market the emotion of the destination. When you get to Disney World, you get to Europe, you get to that beach in the middle of the Pacific. That's the emotion. They don't talk about the logic of, here's the seat, it's comfortable, it moves back 3 inches, and someone's going to stick their elbow in you. The emotion. So that's the whiff, and what's in it for me? It's connecting the emotion, because in the end, your job is to professionally help others to make up their mind. You need to connect emotionally. And when we're coaching with you, our clients, we talk a lot about communication. Communication isn't what I say, it's what you hear. How do I communicate in your emotional language? Right? You are a professional mind maker upper, and you need to do that with an emotional point of view. So you have to understand that when you ask anyone for a referral, how do you connect them emotionally to want to give you a referral? Right? So remember, people pay for perceived value in service above the perceived cost. Again, the emotion over the logic. How are you wowing them to be like, oh my God, these people are awesome. I want to give a referral. I want my family to buy from Chris. I want my friend to buy from John. Right? I want all my business owners to be coaching with Scott. All right, number 5, we're getting halfway there. We're cruising here. Just ask people when they buy from you, or even the people who don't buy from you. We talked earlier. Remember I said earlier, write this down. If you just do 2 things after this and forget everything else. In the next week, ask every customer for a referral that you come in touch with. Ask every prospect for a referral. Now you put in some of the other stuff, the whiff, and we've talked about. Imagine how more effective you'll be. When people buy, again, their emotions are high. They're happy to refer if you're wowing them. We're going to talk about wowing. We can talk about that in your complimentary coaching session. Also, when we coach our clients, we do that all the time. You just have to ask them the right questions. So how do we script that out? We talk about scripting too in coaching, and how that increases conversion rates by over 40%. But ask, right? We need to ask. By the way, you need to ask even if they don't buy from you. If they walk into your shop, your business, or on the phone, or even online, if you're wowing them, you're giving them a wow experience, as I like to call it. Even if they don't buy from you, that's okay. Maybe they're not the ideal. We want to ask them for a referral. The worst thing they say is no. Now, great question in the chat here. Do we need to ask clients who cancel their service or policy? Long term, the answer is yes. Now, if they're canceling because they were upset with service, you probably don't want to ask right then and there. And you need to, if they're not happy and that's why they're canceling, what you do want to ask though is, why are you not happy? How can we have done better so you can improve? But also maybe there's some misunderstandings that you need to talk through with them, where now maybe you save that client, assuming they're an A or B client, you want to save them. So great question, thank you. But later on, you're going to ask them. Once they kind of come out of the emotional side of it, later on, you'll ask. All right, number 6, as we keep going here, let your customers know you'll be asking for referrals later. Goes back to, we talked earlier about training our customers how to work with us. The only reason we don't have A and B customers is two reasons, actually. One, we don't understand who our ideal client is and customer. Number two, we didn't train them to actually be our ideal client and customer, right? So train them, let them know. One of my clients who runs a large residential cleaning service here in Austin, we're going to be implementing, how do we, at the end of when her team leaves the house, they leave a little go behind, a little gift, maybe a chocolate or something like that, and other things, along with a card that asks for a referral. And that's one of the steps I'm skipping ahead on. But train them to get used to it, right? Let them do your selling for you. A successful business is all about leveraging. In coaching, we're going to talk about leveraging systems and process and all that, but it's also about leveraging your clients to double your business. That's what referral system is all about, right? I know we're going fast. Keep this up. We're going to record this later on. Again, if you're missing anything, this is why you're going to sign up for a complimentary coaching session or a 90-minute business strategy session where we actually start to create your 3-year plan. So we want to offer your customers a gift check. We're going to pay them a little bit for a referral, and we don't have to pay them a lot. And sometimes what we pay them is free, right? But we want to give them something, right? We want to make sure we can have a contest. Whoever gives the most referrals before the year's up gets a $100 gift card, right? I'll do at workshops when we're live. We have our clients there. Whoever gives the most referrals, I got a $100 bill. Who wants this? And we give them a card that they can fill out referrals for before they leave. Think out of the box. We got to think different, right? Think about that idea you had a year ago, which you and your partners laughed. Pull it out. Especially during uncertain times with COVID, as we're coming out of that, those ideas are working. So customers want satisfaction, of course, right? But they talk about getting more than they expected. So that $5 gift card, that $25 gift card, or maybe you've got a little tchotchke, something in your business, they're coming into your shop buying online that you can give them, right? We give away books. Obviously, as coaching, we're teaching. We give away books all the time. People want something free. That's part of with them, right? So how can you give your customers more than they expect? I want you to think about that. Write that down. Another thing to think about after the workshop today is, how am I giving them more than they expect? All right? Number 8, let your customers give their associates and families and friends a gift from you. One of the most powerful things is, depending on your business, someone giving a gift from you to someone they care about. It's simple. It typically doesn't cost much. They get the credit for the gift. And you, my insurance person, who does my car insurance. It was my birthday in July. You know what gift she gave me? From one of her clients. It was one of the Mexican restaurants in her South Austin area of South Austin. It said, buy one, get one taco free. So I'm going to come in and buy one and bring a friend. So now, just through that, I'm referring someone, bringing another person. So simple things like that doesn't cost the restaurant much at all. Think that way. Number 9, mail out referral cards with all your orders. Put a sticker on it, right? Think about the banks. What do? They give you pens with their names on it. Think about your plumber. He gives you a magnet. The realtors are sending magnets all day long. Give something out, right? We can talk more when we strategize about that in your complimentary coaching session or strategy session about that. Make sure referral cards are call to action. They're specific. Make it easy. It better be easy to give a referral. If it's not, no one's going to do it. In number 10 here, I said this already. Put a sign or sticker on all your products so people can see the referral offer and other offers for you. Okay? Potential customers are looking for you everywhere. They just need to see you. All right? So we need to grab their attention. We need to have something that's interesting so they show interest and desire and they want to take action. Right? Getting referrals. Again, consistency. When we're coaching you, we're going to talk about consistency, and we're going to monitor it with KPIs and statistics of how consistent are we and is what we doing working. We do that in every aspect of your business when we coach with you. right? And we can talk about that when we do your complimentary strategy session. Again, gave you the link at the beginning of the chat, or you can go to webelieveIngrowth.com so you sign up for that. We want it to be easy to buy, and we want to wow them. Referrals is about creating raving fans, and that's what you see behind at the top of the ladder. That's someone, instead of Chris asking me who my plumber is, next time I meet up with Chris, hey, Chris, do you need a plumber? My plumber Bill's great. You need to call Chris. You need to call Bill, excuse me. That's what a raving fan is. So we don't have a lot of time. I'm going to real fast. I want to plant the bonus round in your head. Who are your strategic partners, right? And if you want, again, email me asking, and I'll give you the keys to strategic partnerships. Who can be out there as your sales team for you? And who are you a strategic partner with? And again, how we do it, simple, easy, and consistent. All right? Warren Buffett said, it's not necessary to do extraordinary things to get extraordinary results. We're talking about small little things to double your customers and double again and again. Question for you, though. Who here can handle double the customers? Usually when we ask that at a workshop, a lot of hands go down. We coach you on how to do that too. Brad Sugar's our founder. Where you'll be in 5 years will depend on the books you read. That's about education. And again, congratulations for joining Chris today and myself to educate and work on improving in the people you associate with and the actions you take. So the actions you take are very simple. We just we're wrapping up the workshop. We're going to Q&A in a minute here with the time we have left, but how are you going to improve your business? Are you a DIYer? And if you are, awesome. You've got some great ideas. Go do it. Email me and ask for the rest of the other 11 steps of building your referral system. Or do you want some help getting there? And when you work with a coach, I know Chris does some coaching for his clients. Obviously, I do coaching too. It's about how do we improve cash flow, give you more profits, you're going to get better teamwork, more free time, have a business that works without you, meaning you don't have to be there, and more referrals, right? So the question is, if you don't have a coach, how much is that costing you to stay where you are? What do you think about that? So let's get into action. Very simply, 85% of people here will do nothing. I don't want that. I want everyone to reach out. Again, we made it easy. Go to our website, webelieveIngrowth.com. The dessert, as we said, a 30-minute coaching session or a 90-minute business strategy session. The business strategy session, I hope you all sign up for that because we're going to create your custom game plan to implement what you just learned today. Think about that. Implement your referral-based system. We'll also look at the top 2 challenges and opportunities in your business. Now, to qualify, your business must have solid growth potential, meaning you're open to growth. You need to be the business owner for that, the strategy session. And you must be committed to changing your business, to how to run your business. And we got 3 simple rules. Number 1, you got to book it today or in the next 24 hours. Reach out, book it. Number 2, when you do, we're going to send you a questionnaire. It'll take you less than 15 minutes. It allows my team to understand where you're at so we can prepare to help you grow your business, right? And then number 3 at the end, we'll show you a couple coaching programs. Just make a decision. Do you want to be in one or not? That's all we ask for. Sound fair? So you can type into the chat what you want, or again, just go to our website. And no matter how tough, Tiger Woods, he's famous for having lots of coaches. No matter how tough you think you are, you can't do this on your own. Like I said, I have a coach. I pay him every month to help me grow my business. All right? So after this, what's your to-do list? Right? We'll do a quick review. We're going to do a Q&A. I'll open up to questions. Just remember, how will I use this? Why must I use this? And when will I use this that I just learned? So, Chris, let's open up to Q&A with whatever time we have left. And obviously, people can reach out to you and I afterwards offline too.
All right, those are so many information that will help us grow our business, especially what I've learned about this referral. This is the most cost-effective way. It is you spend less, but it generates more clients because ideally, if I would be looking for a service like a lawyer, I don't go to Google. I usually go like to my clients or to my friends who already have anybody that they know. Also, because our company, the tax payroll bookkeeping, it is also an extension of retirement plans of the IRAs, FSA, HSA, all of those. It is better always to really have other professionals that complement your business. That is why I'm bringing this, because I've known that every type of clients that we have could benefit the other type of businesses that others are offering. That's why from this point forward, all my email signature has a referral, like we love referrals, or your referral meant to us, because those are, you've been using it every now and then. We don't exchange business card, but we do exchange emails, so might as well put there underneath, right?
Absolutely. And that's especially where we're not seeing each other so much face to face. That's how we think out of the box. And everyone, that's why Chris has a successful business that's growing leaps and bounds every day, because he's doing things like that. How are you doing that in your business? That's the question
Yes.
you got to think.
And also, like, I know that there's a value on what you're offering and the service that you're offering. So that's why I'm bringing it on board, because since we handle business clients, I'm sure there are so many would like to grow their business through the referral system, but they just need the right person that they can trust. And this is also a form of a referral, because they will check if you're credible about the service that you're offering by having this. It's more like the perceived value. And that's why thank you for attending, Miss Colette, Hart, and Christopher. If you guys have questions, you are feel free to ask. At this point, you can unmute or you can do the chat box. Okay, there you go. So anyways, by just a reminder, Scott, for those of you who are listening, they can actually book you for 90-minute, right? For a 90-minute consultation.
They have two choices: a 30-minute coaching session where we can talk about whatever they want, talk about this, or we can get really in depth where they'll walk out with a business plan after 90 minutes, the beginning of their business plan for the next 3 years of growth. And again,
and also you can do the same presentation to other organization, right?
Absolutely. As you know, this is the second time you've heard it. Thank you for bringing us in today. And this is what a great resource you are to the community of bringing in. If you haven't been on one, listen to Chris's podcasts and workshops. Amazing people he brings together to help us all. They help me too in my business. So I appreciate you, Chris. I appreciate all you're doing.
Of course, I appreciate you too, because every time it's more like reciprocity. We grow our business together. Like what you've said, and one thing that my takeaways, we cannot do it alone. No man will be an island. It's a collaboration of notion of information and resources. Again, Scott, thank you very much for sharing your knowledge and your time. And I'm sure for those of you, you can connect. We leave the contact information on the chat box. And also, Scott has a LinkedIn profile where you can communicate direct, up close and personal to him. Again, guys, I hope you learned something for our Wednesday webinar. By tomorrow, if you want to know more about the business disruptive insurance, how does it work and how can it help you during the COVID-19, stay tuned. 10 a.m. I will have another friend of mine who is a commercial insurance broker that will share his insights about it. Again, here in WYCOTAX, your success is our business. Have a great day, guys. Stay safe. Bye. Bye, Scott, Colette, Hart, Christopher. Let's keep in touch.